Hi Year 5! Thank you for the lovely science work you've emailed me. Your flower diagrams are really amazing. Right, I hope you're enjoying Sports Week. Today's lesson is DT and our learning intention is to design, make and evaluate a beanbag. We're going to be thinking about these questions. What are you going to design? What must your product be able to do? Which materials will you use? Which equipment will you need? How will you make it? What are your design ideas? As it's Sports Week, we're going to make a beanbag. First, you should evaluate some existing products. I forgot to bring home a school beanbag, so I hunted around my house and found these beanbag toys. I also researched online and found these pictures of beanbags. Now these are very like the school ones, but then I found these ones, which I really like because they seem to be based on a pyramid. So what does a beanbag need to be able to do? Well, you need to be able to throw it and catch it. So you need to look at your beanbags that you found at home and have a go at throwing and catching them and think what they need to be like. So you need to think about the size. Does it fit into your hand? Its shape. Is it easy to hold? Its mass. Is it easy to throw and catch? And its colour. Is it easy to see? So, which materials and equipment will you use? From my internet research, I discovered that you can make beanbags from any fabric. An old t-shirt would be fine, but I quite like the look of felt squares. I decided to join them by sewing with a needle with a large eye, but mine was too blunt. I suggest you choose a sharp one, but be careful not to stab yourself. And I used embroidery thread. You can fill it with anything small. I used a bag of old popcorn maize, but you could use rice, which is what Year 5 used last year. You must talk to your parents though before you take anything. You might also need scissors, a pencil, ruler and paper. Watch the rest of this video to find out why. So, how are you going to make it? Well, I was inspired by this photo I found on the internet. As beanbags are made from fabric, it's best to sew. I don't really sew, so I watched some YouTube videos and practiced these 4 stitches. Running stitch, back stitch, over stitch and blanket stitch. Now blanket stitch is the stitch we're meant to teach you in Year 5, but it's really tricky. I really suggest you watch some videos and have a go on some scrap fabric. Red Ted Art was a really good website. They had these videos for beginners. If you want to learn blanket stitch, try the blanket stitch tutorial Easy for Beginners. It was really helpful. I learnt this trick. Use a ruler and draw some dots with a sharp pencil. I drew mine a centimetre apart and stabbed my pencil through the felt, which really helped as I only had a blunt needle. Then you need to think about which stitches you want to use. Running stitch, back stitch, over stitch or blanket stitch. I think blanket stitch is the most attractive, but I also liked over stitch, which was much easier to do. If this was part of an enterprise project, you would need to think about whether people would want to buy your beanbag, in which case you might want to decorate it to make it attractive. I decided to decorate mine with a heart and a flower to link in with my recent science videos. I used a template I found online, but you could also draw your own simple design. I cut my template out of paper and drew around it. I suggest you choose a simpler design than mine, because mine took ages to sew using blanket stitch. Another top tip, Sew your design onto your fabric before you join the two pieces together. Also, remember to leave a hole so that you can fill your beanbag. I folded a piece of card from a cereal packet into a triangle funnel to help me fill my beanbag easily. Once you've researched your design, you can draw your ideas in a label diagram. Think about which fabric you will use, the size, colour, decorations, which stitches you want to use, and what you will fill it with. Once you've got your materials and tools, you can start making. Be warned though, mine took ages and I needed a lot of resilience as I spent a lot of time undoing my stitches because I kept going wrong. And of course I spent a lot of time trying to thread my needle. Good luck! When you finish, remember to evaluate your product. Is it easy to throw and catch? Does it leak? Does it look good? I didn't manage to get my flower in the middle and some of my stitches were messy because they were the wrong size or in the wrong place, but I did like my design and my colour. And it's easy to throw and catch. If you actually manage to make a beanbag, please email me a photo because I'd love to see them. If you don't make one, you can still send me a photo of your design if you want to. Good luck, Year 5. Bye!